Here we're going to multiply some matrices together. So this first matrix is a 2 by 2 matrix, and the second matrix has 2 rows and 3 columns. The fact that the inside numbers are the same means that we are allowed to perform the multiplication, and the ending result will be these outside dimensions. So this result is going to end up being a 2 row by 3 column answer. Okay, now to get the entries, in order to get the 1, 1 entry, the entry that's located up here, we're going to need to take the first row and multiply it in a dot product with the first column. That's how we multiply matrices. So in that first entry, we're going to have 2 multiplied by 3 plus 3 multiplied by 0. That's how we do a dot product, is we take the first number of the vector multiplied by the first number of the vector, remember the row here versus the column here, and then add the second component versus the second component. Okay, moving on, if we want to move over here to the first row second entry, we're going to again take the first row, but this time we're going to multiply it against the second column. So now we'll be doing 2 multiplied by 1 plus the second entry, 3 multiplied by the second entry, 3 times 2. Are you starting to see it now? So the 1 by 3 entry is going to be first row, third column, giving us 2 times -2, which is -4, and 3 times 1, which is 3. And then we can move on down to the second row. So to get the 2, 1 entry, we'll now do second row versus first column. 0 times 3 is 0. -1 times 0 is 0. Then to get the 2, 2 entry, we'll take the second row versus the second column. 0 times 1 is 0. -1 times 2 is -2. And then finally, for the 2 by 3 entry, we'll do second row versus third column. 0 times -2 is 0, and -1 times 1 is -1. So the final entry, the final answer, once we've done all of the arithmetic, 6 plus 0, 2 plus 6, -4 plus 3, 0, -2, -1. And that's how you multiply matrices together. Okay, that's cool, but let's see if we could do an example on our own. So here's a second example for you to attempt. Try to do this one on your own by pausing the video, and assuming you gave it a good shot here and actually paused the video and tried it on your own, let's now check it together. So here we have a 2 row by 3 column being multiplied by a 3 row by 1 column. So we are allowed to do it because these numbers are the same, and the result is going to end up being 2 rows by 1 column. So it's going to look like this, 2 rows by 1 column. And then in order to get the first entry, we're going to take the top row multiplied by the first column. There is only 1 column. 3 times 1 is 3. 1 times 0 is 0. -2 times 4 is -8. And then we'll move down to the 2, 1 entry by taking the second row versus the 1 and only 1 column. 1 times 2 is 2. 0 times 1 is 0. And 4 times -1 is -4. So it appears as though the final answer was 3 plus 0 plus -8 for -5. And 2 plus 0 plus -4 for -2. So hopefully you got that exact same answer.